Hello everyone and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice, where we are having the treasure box brought out. We can give it a look over. See how this goes. There you are, defense. You're free to examine it. If I don't find something now, my entire argument up to this point will be blown. Plus, there's a little matter of the old tongue shears. I thought they were just gonna kill us. I have to find something. I just have to. Now, I need to make sure I remember how to do this. I can rotate the evidence with the R stick, okay? I can also use X and B to zoom in and out to get a better look. And if I ever get too turned around, I can always use reset to return things to this initial state. I'd better search every inch of this box carefully and examine anything of interest in detail with A. Okay. Can I examine the blood? Nothing in particular interest. There's blood. Guess I'll check out another spot. Okay. This is the lock. It was forced open. I don't really see anything else of note about it. Okay. The lid of the box was forced open, but while the victim was holding the box, the lid must have been closed. I'll try closing the lid too. Oh, I see. Hey! What? You son of a... You locked it! So? What's the big deal? I thought you can open it with that key you're wearing. Yeah, I can. No sweat. Oh. Alright, so that clears that up. Then why is there a bucket load dripping off of you over there? I think I'd like to open this box back up again. Could you lend me your Magatama key? Sure. Okay, let's see. Where's the keyhole? Well, it's the Magatama key, so wouldn't it go in the hole above the Magatama mark? That would make sense. It doesn't fit. Huh? It won't open. Would you look at that? The thief must have busted the lock when they forced the box open. Really? Because I'm not so sure about that. Treasure box updated, court record, murder weapon. Not even the Magatama key can open it. Glows in the dark. In any case, I'd better take another good look. I have to find proof that the victim was holding this box. Up here. This lid is really shut tight. I can't budge it no matter how hard I try. Oh, it's back here. There's a butterfly relief here. I've seen the same butterfly shape here and there all over Crine. Interesting, but I guess it doesn't really help me prove anything. It's true. This blood stain. Oh, now we're interested in the blood. Oh! It shows the outline of a hand. Okay. I didn't catch that at first. Could this be what I've been looking for? Your Majesty, take a look at this. There's a blood stain here that outlines the shape of a hand. Really? Let me see that. Oh my, you're right. Now I'm getting somewhere. I believe the bloodstain is an outline of the victim's hand as he was holding the box. What? Even as he was being struck, he held on tight to the precious treasure box. After all, he'd gone through a lot of trouble to steal it. The blood from his head wound splattered across his hand and onto the box. Your Majesty, don't let yourself be taken in. It's just more of his lawyerly deceit. What do you mean? Mr. Wright, where is your proof that the outline is that of the victim's hand? What? I should have seen this coming. Either show proof or prepare to meet the shears. Or you could save us all some time and bite your tongue out now and submit it instead. That I did not see coming.
Well, defense, how about it? Do you have proof that the outline is of the victim's hand?
Where would the proof of something like that even be? Can we get the victim's hand in here and prove that's his print?
Please submit your evidence at this time.
Oh, crap.
What evidence shows that the outline on the treasure box is that of the victim's hand?
Oh, crap. It's my attorney's badge, clearly. Oh. Guys.
Take that!
Got it. This is the evidence that is going to save my beloved tongue. Mr. Payne, despite your claims about my forked tongue, it just so happens I have the proof you require.
You do?
It's right here in this crime photo.
It is? Where? Defense, please point it out.
What proves that the bloodstain outline on the box is that of the victim's hand, you ask? The bloody freaking hand? Mr. Payne, take a good look at the victim's hand. See this? That's blood.
What?
If we place Mr. Roll's hand inside the bloody outline,
you think the blood on his hand would complete the splatter?
Prove me wrong. Exactly. Here goes nothing. And if they do form one complete splatter, it would prove my theory correct.
Then the victim really was holding the box.
I'm willing to bet my life on it. The defense reasserts that the victim was the thief who stole the treasure box.
You can't be serious.
Got him.
I protest. There's no way they would ever match up.
Well, prove it.
I assert it's patently impossible for... Ow!
Talk about tongue karma. Sounds like he just bit his. What's the matter, Mr. Payne? Did your forked tongue get tangled up in there? Or were you trying to submit your own tongue to the court?
Why, you...
I like that they're just amps and cabinets.
I can hardly believe it. Apparently, not everything out of the defense's mouth is a bluff.
Of course not, Your Majesty. This tongue doesn't lie, and I'd like to continue to use my tongue in the future too, if you wouldn't mind. And the rest to know it really was a bluff. No, not Mr. Roll. I can't believe it. Sorry, Albie. I know it's upsetting news. He must have needed money badly, probably to support his family. After all, he even gave up his dream of becoming a monk to help them. Oh, sad thing Mr. Roll would say to me. Albie, you train hard and make sure you become a monk one day. Don't end up like me, he'd say. Well, there you go. Yeah, he was probably warning you not to end up a thief. Mr. Roll, what do you got now?
Now wait just 1 minute. If the victim was the thief and he was holding the treasure box, then that means Mr. Roll was holding the murder weapon when he was killed. That's a very good point. It doesn't make much sense, does it?
If the victim was holding the treasure box, it couldn't have been the murder weapon. Which means the real murder weapon must have been something else.
The real murder weapon? Was something else?
The blood was thought to have gotten on the box when the box was used as a weapon. But it turns out that wasn't the case. The blood splattered onto the treasure box the victim was holding. When he was struck with the real weapon, that's what really happened. Isn't that right, Mr. Ondenstanden?
Are you insinuating I'm the one who used this real weapon?
Are you saying I'm wrong in my understanding?
You got me riled up, lawyer man. I feel a song coming on. Please don't. Looking for a weapon that just don't exist. Pathetic, lawyer man. Drop into the abyss. Despicable lawyer man, yo make me sick. You can disappear just like a magic trick. Worthless lawyer man done in by a weapon. For you, miserable wretch, hell doth beckon. Yeah!
They're still cheering him?
I know I don't need to remind you, defense. Your life is on the line.
I know, Your Majesty.
Yet you're prepared to risk it all on this mere idea of a real murder weapon. Death to the lawyer.
This is it. The moment of truth. I can't back down. Not now. Yes, Your Majesty, I am. I'm confident the real murder weapon does indeed exist.
That's a bold claim, Mr. Wright. Now let's see you back it up. Show us which piece of evidence points to this real murder weapon. Wait, what?
Gladly, if I knew which one it was. What somebody like Understanding used to bludgeon so...
Now then, defense, please submit your evidence to the court. Yeah, let's see it, lawyer man.
He's holding it, isn't he?
Let's see this thing that shows the real murder weapon you say I used.
We have his... Uh-oh. I think I know what he used. But I don't think I don't have it in evidence. A cerebral contusion from a head injury. Treasure box. Notice. Thefts around the temple will be tightening security throughout, therefore all hallway shutters will remain. Okay. It doesn't have anything. I just don't know how to, like, tie it together. I feel like it's this just because there's simply nothing else. I'm pretty sure it's the guitar. Or the, what, Domlin? Although that one, it looks like he's holding an actual guitar. What I'm about to present is really nothing more than a possibility. But this thin thread is all I've got. Allow me to direct the court's attention to this photo of the morning dance of devotion.
That photo, how is that going to help you, Mr. Wright?
There's something about it that doesn't sit right with me.
Oh yeah? And what's this something,
This thing here is odd to say the least. No, I'm not so sure, actually. Isn't that different from the one he's holding? Mr. Understanding, why is the instrument you're holding different from the one you're playing in the photo? Yeah.
Would you look at that? They're completely different shapes.
I believe you said your Domlin was your one and only. I didn't even put that together.
Well, Mr. Understanding, what do you have to say to that? I got nothing to say.
Then allow me to answer for you. They're different because the one in the photo is no longer in playable condition. Not after you use it to bludgeon Mr. Roll to death.
My old partner wasn't doing so hot, so I brought her sister along, that's all. Not a big deal, lawyer man.
In that case, please submit your own old Domlin to this court as evidence.
Too bad, you're too late. I got rid of her yesterday.
You what?
Burned her up with the rest of the trash. Ashes to ashes, baby.
No! He's already destroyed the evidence.
I see more trash right here in this court that needs to burn in the fires of hell. Lawyer trash. Ugh. Now there's no proof to show. Oh, come on, that was pathetic. Your agony can sound better than that. Well, where's that great scream of yours? This can't be how it ends. I think I've heard enough. Seems the defense is unable to produce the evidence it needs to prove its assertion.
But Your Majesty, that's only because the witness destroyed it.
Evidence is everything in court. Don't tell me you've forgotten this most fundamental principle of our profession. That's sufficient proof. Your claim that Mr. Understanding is the murderer is no more than conjecture. There's the pain expression I've been looking for. By the way, there seems to be one more thing you're forgetting. What is it now? You accuse Mr. Understanding of being the thief, but the real thief turned out to be the victim. Uh-oh. And with that, Mr. Understanding's purported motive for murder goes out the window. Great point, prosecutor. You tell him. If I had been there, I would have just collared Roll and gotten the treasure back. There wasn't any reason for me to kill him now. Was there? There's no good counter-argument to that. Sounds to me like Mr. Understanding has been completely wrongfully accused. Unfortunate as it may be, I think it's time to hand down the verdict in this case. Not good, not good. Defense, I trust you understand what you yourself will receive for taking on this case.
Woo!
What do I do? The murder weapon's been destroyed, and now I've got no motive. Or Albie will be convicted and I'll lose my life too. Mr. Wright, you've wasted this court's time and disparaged everything we hold sacred. We should charge you with lèse majesty in addition to the crime of abetting the accused. Yeah, you should pay for desecrating my good name. Bye-bye, lawyer man. Time for you to do some repenting in the Twilight Realm. This guy's guilty as sin. I just know it. He must have had some reason to kill Mr. Roll, but what? Come on, people. Let me hear you scream and shout. Time to take this lawyer trash out. Wait, come on. The thing to do at a time like this is to turn my thinking around. I shouldn't be trying to figure out what Understanding's motive was. I should be thinking about what kind of situation would give him a motive. Did you steal it? He said. Oh! We know that Mr. Roll was the thief and he'd gotten his hands on the box. So then why? Why in the world did he ask Albie that question? What about the treasure box would have prompted him to it being empty? Ah! Defense, what's gotten into you? Now I get it. Now it all makes sense. Like, well, Conco, man, what you trying to say? Muttering and squealing to yourself. Sounds like you knocked something loose upstairs. Your Majesty, please hold off on your ruling for just a little while longer. Don't tell me you're going to start begging for your life now. No, Your Majesty, that's not it. It's just that I realized something important. We've been operating under a serious misconception this whole time. Misconception, you say? That's right. A mistaken notion about the treasure box. But could this really be true? If so, there's still a lot to figure out. Wow, we're still trying to sort this out. I'm surprised. For a first trial, this is getting complex. Very well, let's hear what you have to say. Thank you, Your Majesty. Your Majesty, this is just more of his nonsense. He's just stalling for time. This is your last chance, defense. The second I find it really is nothing but nonsense. No amount of begging will stay my hand. Understand? Yes, Your Majesty. We all know this is just going to be another one of your stupid bluffs. Now then, defense, what is this misconception you mentioned? The thing we didn't realize about the treasure box was it was empty.
What if the treasure box was already empty from the start?
What?
What?
Ooh, there we go. Please recall that when Mr. Roll ran into Albie on the Great Stairs, he asked the boy a question. Did you steal it? He said. Also recall that Mr. Roll was holding the treasure box at the time, so why then did he ask Albie the question that he did?
That is a bit peculiar, isn't it?
Not at all, Your Majesty. Not once you realize that by the time Mr. Roll got to the treasure room, the treasure box was already empty.
I beg your pardon?
Mr. Roll suspected that Albie had gotten to it first, which is why he confronted Albie when he ran into the boy on the stairs.
But how would the victim have known the treasure box was empty? He didn't have any way of opening it.
Once a year, the victim had the duty of carrying the treasure box to the palace. He was so proud when he was put in charge of guarding the treasure box. He even got to carry the box to the palace for the New Year's rite. He would have been able to tell by the weight when he lifted it that the box was empty.
I see, yes, I suppose he would have been able to tell, wouldn't he?
Mr. Roll most likely decided to at least steal the empty box. It's an important historical artifact in and of itself, after all.
Yeah, but what's your point, Mr. Wright? What does any of this have to do with Mr. Understanding?
My point is this. It gave Mr. Understanding a motive to murder the victim.
A motive?
Mr. Understanding, keeping the treasure safe is one of your duties, isn't it? So if anyone had found out that the treasure was missing, you would have been accused of incompetence. I think that's the least of his problems. From the moment Mr. Roll discovered the treasure was gone, his fate was sealed, because you decided then that he had to be silenced forever.
But that's absurd.
So did he, I wonder then, did he lose the key too, or was his goal just to steal it?
Can you believe this stuff that comes out of this guy's mouth? This is all just a colossal joke. So then what really did happen to the treasure?
It had been stolen long before this incident occurred. By Mr. Peace-Loving Understanding himself.
Mr. Wright, when you stop at nothing to accuse Mr. Understanding? Your Majesty, please don't listen to these trumped-up charges. The defense is grasping.
The treasure box can only be opened with the key Mr. Understanding holds. Who else could have stolen the treasure?
As I said, the accused stole the treasure by forcing open the box. Your Majesty, I call for a swift ruling.
I'm not ready to give my verdict yet.
What?
The defense has successfully presented a new possibility in this case.
Yes! Finally, a tiny shred of hope.
Mr. Understanding, would you care to make any statements in response to the defense's claims?
Are we at freak out time? Oh, nope.
This is all bull. My noggin's a rage cage and it's ready to explode, baby.
Those are words. Those were certainly words he used.
Instructor Understanding, please calm yourself. I'm not gonna take it. No, I ain't gonna take it.
I got that reference.
I dutifully watched over that treasure with pride. And now I'm getting accused of stealing it?
I mean, yeah, it was missing.
This lawyer is a lying scumbag.
Eep.
You better believe I got something to say. Open up your ear hole, sheeple. Let's rock. Death to the lying lawyer.
All right. Ooh, we got witness testimony. Lying lawyer. All right, we'll deal with the lying lawyer in the next episode. I hope you're enjoying this so far. I actually really like this case, so I hope you are all as well. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.